if we expand the college football playoff to 12, Alabama, Texas isn't going to be any less of a game. That's still going to be very thrilling, right? Oregon, Georgia can still be a great game moving forward, but now the loser of that game doesn't feel like they're out of it for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. LSU, Florida State. Like right now, imagine if there's a 12-team playoff with what Florida State's been doing, even though they're not even in the conference championship game. I mean, it is going to add value. It will make the end of the regular, just when you thought the end of the college football regular season could not get any better, this will add to it. And you go back to those early games mattering, we see this in college basketball all the time. How many times when it comes down to a team that maybe on the bubble are getting in, they go back to Game 7 where they beat North Carolina in the Maui Classic as one of their best wins. Now North Carolina's a 2 seed going in the tournament. That win looks fantastic. Like to me, it increases the value of the games. I'm not worried about the value of the games. I'm worried about the amount of games and who the hell would schedule a Notre Dame out of conference. Who would schedule a big-time team out of conference when I have to play 9 games inside of a conference like the SEC? I would not do it. Yeah. That was the heck good. Doesn't mean I'm scared. It's called being smart.
It's being smart, and now they won't be as reluctant to schedule those. So, Blaine, if you take 2 games like take a Florida State this year, right, or even an Ole Miss this year would be like possibly some bubble teams we're talking about. Kansas State. But imagine if those rivalry games late for a team like Florida to be able to say, you know what, we're going to knock our rival Florida State out of the playoff.
Yes.
Or even Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl to be able to say, we're going to knock Ole Miss out of the Egg Bowl, which Mississippi State did win. I don't even know,
like even right now, why even schedule a hard out-of-conference games? It don't matter.
Well, you know my
committee don't matter.
You know my non-conference scheduling rules. I've been over.
Ohio State's lost 1 game, and their strength of schedule is terrible.
No, I believe the great philosopher Kelly Rowland said it best: motivation.
Again, OSU did open with Notre Dame, though. That game is scheduled at a time when Notre Dame is a top-notch program team. I was making this point on Twitter yesterday to Dan Mullen about Penn State. I mean, they scheduled Auburn on the road in Jordan-Hare 6 years ago when they're coming off a national championship appearance. They opened on the road against Purdue. It's not their fault. I mean, and Purdue's the SEC or the Big Ten West champion this year. It's not their fault that they won it at 7-4.
Congratulations! You're now the fattest boy in camp.
So these games are scheduled so far out that that's an argument I've always made for Notre Dame. They still play Southern California. It's not their fault that Lincoln Riley hasn't been there until this season to make Southern California.
No, I agree with that 100%. All right, what else we got, Mike?
All right, we'll just go to another donation here. Philip Payne, what's up, Philip?
What's up, buddy?
$5 donation. He says, hey, everyone. With the expansion coming, what would be better, 8 or 12? Would be better an 8-team or 12-game regular season or a 12-team with 14 games before the playoff?
Okay.
Hashtag go Jogs. Okay. With the expansion coming, what would be better, an 8-team, 12-game regular season or a
8-team,
12-game regular season?
Okay.
All right, or a 12-team with 14 games.
Give me the 8. Give me the 8-team. 8 teams make the playoff. 12-game regular season. I think that is the porridge that's just right. And we use the other plan I had associated with it. You have the 5 Power 5 conference champions who win the conference championship, just like we're looking kind of at TCU right now. The conference championship game does matter. To me, an automatic qualifier means you won the conference championship game. So the top 5 you have 5 automatic spots for the Power 5 conference championship winners. Okay? You have a separate top 25 poll for the group of 5. Yes. So you have a Power 5 top 25 and a group of 5 top 25. Whoever finishes number 1, okay, so earned, not just a slot that's put in there, but earned. Whoever finishes number 1 in that group of 5, that you get the 8th spot. I think that's a good coalescing of the group of 5 where it's still earned, and we're not just throwing you in there to just throw meat in there and give you the 12 seed. You have to earn it. You have to be the finish number 1 in that poll. Then you have 2 at-larges. So think what we'd have. Let's say you'd have, oh no, TCU lost. Or oh no, Georgia lost. Well, yeah, LSU gets that automatic qualifying spot. Yeah, Kansas State gets that automatic qualifying spot. But Georgia, you have 2 at-larges. Georgia and TCU would both be your 2 at-larges that get in. I think 8 was the perfect number because that doesn't screw with the amount of regular season games. 8-team playoff with 12-game regular season. To me, that porridge is just right.
Let me add some context on this Rose Bowl drama situation here. And I got to participate in a Rose Bowl. There's a reason it's called the granddaddy of them all. It is one of the greatest traditions in college football. But the Rose Bowl was making some demands to the college football playoff to guarantee certain time slots in the games moving forward. And the CFP said, we can't guarantee these. We don't know what the new TV rights deal is going to be in 2026 and moving forward. So we can't do that. And essentially, the College Football Playoff Committee made ultimatums to the Rose Bowl and said either agree to terms or risk being shut out of the next television contract, which would not be good for college football. The Rose Bowl did end up caving to that ultimatum, and now we're going to get an expanded playoff.
Rose Bowl needs college football a lot more than college football needs the Rose Bowl.
I agree.
I agree. Again?
The Rose Bowl needs college football a lot more than college football needs.
And that's true, and that's a sad truth that I think the Rose Bowl had to admit.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. Well, I think you found out who's got the juice. I mean, it's with the people that are making the decisions that lead to the TV rights.
Yeah.
Like you can be the most prestigious. If the Heisman Trophy, if it just turned into a person and started demanding things, it's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, well, we'll just come up with another trophy that would give the best.
The Crane and Company MVP
the
trophy.
Cranesman.
Yeah, that should be a thing.
The Flaming Dragon.
The Flaming Dragon.
Matt Crane and Company, no copy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. YouTube, hey, don't move. Everything's okay as long as you hit that subscribe button. And before you go, wait. Turn on that notification bell as well. You're welcome. We'll be here all week.